All right, what up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Today on the show, we have Joel Rojo, who is the founder of Joel's Kicks. Joel, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing well. And guys, this is actually a fun story. I did not find Joel on Matchmaker or Podmatch. We actually go to the same church, and he wanted to hop on the podcast after I found out he ran a business. He's also a really young guy. Joel, how old are you?
I am 21 years old.
21. Yeah. So
So.
young entrepreneurs for the win. There we go. Well, awesome, man. We like to jump right in. So if we could start with hearing a little bit more about yourself and what you like to do for fun, that'd be great.
For sure. I play a lot of basketball. Usually I have a YMCA membership, so I try to go like 2 or 3 times a week to get some good runs in. Also like to find a lot of small bands and small artists when I'm driving around throughout the week. Um, just find some just like new music, smaller artists around the area or just around the world. So
Yeah, I feel
I have
that.
a good
And so,
passion for that.
do you find those small bands and artists mainly by, going to different spots, or like what's the process for actually finding them? I just have no idea how to do it.
Yeah. Sometimes, or I'll just go to some like random shows throughout the week, um, just to see what bands are playing around town, or just this platform called Bandcamp. There's a lot of smaller artists on there, sort of like SoundCloud too.
I feel that. I feel that. There we go. There we go. And tell us more about Joel's Kicks. When did you get started? What does your day to day look like? Um, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I started about 5 years ago. I was a sophomore in high school when I really started taking it seriously. Um, my middle school friend actually started doing it his freshman year, and I just saw him start doing it and started to see him just get some income in from it, and it really inspired me because I always like had an interest of shoes or sneakers throughout like middle school and like the start of high school, but I never had the money to go out and buy those shoes. So I was always driven by that and just inspired by just like different, whether it had been Jordans or new Nikes coming out, and Adidas back then too, or really big too. So
Our Adidas not as big anymore.
it depends. There's some shoes that'll come out that'll do pretty well in the aftermarket, but not nearly as big as they were 5 years ago, I feel like.
I feel
Um,
I feel that.
so yeah, so I started out just doing like basic stuff, like just getting shoes off of like a Yeezy drop on the Adidas website. Um, Not making too much, making about like 40-50 bucks a shoe, and I wouldn't be getting that many shoes because I was still like a low level experience, um but I joined a couple of Slack and Discord groups who help a lot with finding sneakers and sourcing those sneakers that do have a good market in them. um so I'll just be getting notifications on my phone whenever a restock of a profitable shoe happens, and so I can just go buy it right then and then just continue to use it for my business. Um,
Yeah, I feel that.
mhm.
Um, just curious, is your average shoe flip profit? Is it still 40 to 50 bucks and you're doing high volume, or are you getting more like $200 flips? Tell us about that. And kind of like, I know you have a storage unit
Mhm.
and you don't sell everything in 1 month. You have to like manage cash flow. So walk into that a little bit.
Yeah, so I do. I hold on. Uh, I feel like throughout when I first started, it was more of like a quick flip everything, get everything out. Just because capital is your biggest issue when you're starting out. So even if you take losses on some stuff, you just need to get it out. just to keep that cash flow moving. Um, and what was the first question you said? Sorry.
Yep, it was just like, what's the average profit per shoe
Oh
flip?
yeah. So like right now, I try to make $20 to $30 a shoe. If I can't make like that, then I'll just leave it. But if I can make 20 to 30, I can, grab and I can grab like three or four, at least three or four of them. I'll go ahead and do that. Um, I mean, sometimes even one, but just because that's about how much it takes to fill up my gas tank. So
I got you. I got you. So minimum
yeah,
20,
yeah,
30. Sometimes
yeah,
if you get a really good shoe, it can be a lot more.
yeah, for sure. So it's all just mixed in uh nowadays.
I got you. I got you. I know you touched on your motivation a little bit, but let's dive into it a little bit deeper. What gets you up and keeps you going every day?
I think it's almost like a treasure hunt to find, profitable sneakers. I just like or it's just like finding stuff that a lot of people just overlook or not realize you can make, good amounts of money on these just products just sitting in the store. I like being able to just uh find those products and go from store to store around the city and sometimes even to San Marcos or Round Rock, um and Houston sometimes too.
You
Since I
drive up to
travel all the
Houston
way.
sometimes to get shoes.
Yeah, if it's a really profitable shoe, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. Yeah, make the trip.
I feel that. And so the kind of excitement of the treasure hunt and just getting a good deal is what gets you
Hmm.
going.
Yeah, yeah. And I also have I would say like unofficial business partner. His name is Dallas Foster. He lives in the Hutto area, but he also does the same thing. Um, he just goes around just looking for profitable shoes around the town. But he also inspires me a lot. So we can be like, oh, I found this here, and then he'll let me know, oh, I found this here, and then we'll just make relationships that way too. With the stores that we're going into. Um, so
Does he inspire you because of like competition or is it something else?
a little bit, yeah. Like it's like, oh, he got this today, and I'm still in bed. Oh man, I need to get up.
Yeah,
There's like, oh, he's already out, or if I'm like at home, you know. So that inspires me a lot. Um,
I feel that.
but yeah, I don't know. I still really enjoy just going out and just finding profitable shoes or anything, clothing too.
There we go. There we go. Love it. Let's go ahead and jump into your dreams and goals now. You're a really young guy, so vision for your business and vision for the rest of your life. What are they?
Hmm. For my business, definitely want to keep it going for about like full force, probably about 3 to 5 more years. Um, then go ahead and move my focus to something else. Not exactly sure what that focus is going to be, but by that time I should have a good amount saved up from this business and be able to sell a majority of what my inventory is by then. Um, I do have a really drive to make music too, or be somewhere be in the music industry. I don't know where that will be, but whether that be an audio engineer or like someone who mixes or masters music. I really think that'd be really cool. Um, and also just playing in a band would be awesome too.
Yeah.
Um, it's just yeah, we just got to get to that level.
And so you mentioned a couple audio engineer. Does is an audio engineer somebody who mixes and masters music, or are those two different things? Audio engineer and then somebody who mixes and masters music.
Yeah, I think an audio engineer can do that, but also just like handles all of the just like the back end of like the masters and stuff. Um, also with just like helping the artist get known too. Um, like I also thought about starting my own like music label for a little bit too. I thought that would be really awesome.
Your own music label?
Yeah.
I feel that. What would the process be for like starting that music label? Because I know you already get to know some kind of smaller artists and stuff.
hmm Um, I think I would just have to just make relationships, connect with some bands, some small bands, and just get to know them well first. Probably go to a lot of shows. Probably go on tour with some bands. We'll probably get like the process going. But I'm not exactly sure everything that entails that. I haven't given it too much thought or research yet, but that's
Yeah.
definitely on the horizon.
Yeah, yeah, no, I feel that. If you had to rank them in order of priority, audio engineer, mixing and mastering music, playing in a band, starting a music label, what would the priority be? Or the ideal be?
Probably playing in a band first, then just getting to know other bands from that, and then playing for multiple bands too. Um, and then getting into editing, yeah, mixing the music. Um, um, I think I'll probably have to go to school, maybe a little bit, just to get my like basics. Because I actually did not. I went to ACC just for a semester about 2.5 years ago, but then I just dropped out and just wanted to focus solely on my business. Um,
Yeah.
so I think I would have to go back to school, but I mean I wouldn't mind that.
Okay.
So
I feel that. You're a
yeah.
better man than I because I could never go back to school. But hey, if you love what you're doing, that's the thing. School's
Yeah,
great if you know what you want to do and it's teaching you how to do what you love.
yeah,
Anything else? Nah, I think it's.
yeah.
But
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Well, cool, man. Have you ever, in going to see all these smaller artists perform and finding them on what's that software called? Bandcamp?
Bandcamp, yes.
Have you ever asked them to drum with them?
I have not. Also mainly because I don't have a real space right now to just practice drumming right now. And I haven't played in a couple years, so but within this next year, I believe I'll be moving into a new space next year, and we'll definitely make a spot for it and get back into it.
I feel that. And when you say make a spot, is it gonna be like you have to like do the sound compression on the walls and stuff, or are you just gonna be like, I can put my drum set in my apartment and go at it?
Yeah, hopefully I can move into like a duplex or a townhouse or something
Okay.
where
Yep.
just like a good amount of space and not too much, people too crowded near me.
Yep.
Or maybe even a garage. You never know. Um,
Yeah. No,
be
absolutely.
awesome.
I
hmm
feel that. Well, really cool. Really cool. If there were one or two people that you could meet right now, and this could be a specific person or a type of person, and they'd really help you take the next step towards scaling your sneaker. I'm sorry, Joel's kicks. Scaling Joel's kicks to the point where you have a good amount saved up in that 3 to 5 year range, or getting into work in the music industry being any of those four things. Who would that person be, and how would they help you out?
hmm. I think there would have to be there are a couple music labels in Austin that definitely would help me, just get that going with the mixing or mastering music. I think I would just have to probably get an internship with those labels. I don't know, or I don't know anyone exactly in those labels right now. Um, but within the next year, I'm definitely going to be exploring that, and just finding what I can do to just contribute to these labels or bands, however however I can, because maybe I won't have to go to school if I, connect with the right people,
Oh yeah,
um
facts,
yeah.
facts. No, I fully believe that you network right, get the right mentor, and just become a beast at mixing or mastering music.
Yeah.
They'll be able to hook you up with something.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Well, cool. Name the most important one or two things that everyday people can do. So we're talking Sally at the grocery store to help you accomplish your dreams.
Hmm. Accomplishment. So just or like it's like a random
Yeah. So say Sally at the grocery store is getting her eggs for the week and she's listening to this podcast. She hears your dreams and goals. How can she help you out?
hmm. Well, they can go out or I think we also just need more people in the music industry to contribute to these bands and like hear these bands perform. So I think just like going to more local shows, supporting more local bands, um, will just help this whole community just grow more and more, because it is a very hard community just to just if you're only making music and trying to live off of that. I think going to shows, buying merch, just little things like that, they all make a difference. um I think will make a difference if I join a band too. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. No, that makes a lot of sense.
oh
Um,
yeah.
the music industry, even in Austin, like where I'm pretty sure like the live music capital of the world or something like that. And yeah, you can't make a living doing it.
Mm, yeah.
Like it'll take some time. It'll take some time to really
Oh yeah.
fill your pockets with it. But awesome. Now we're gonna jump into our thriving three. First question is, what is your favorite book, movie, or podcast? Pick one.
Hmm. Um, man, I have a good podcast I listen to. Um, it's actually a crime podcast. Um,
Really?
yeah.
Go back.
It's called a Crime Junkie.
Okay.
Um, I don't know, sometimes I just put it on in the car or like on road trips. It's just a crime podcast. I don't know. It's just something to I don't know, just like keep your like adrenaline up a little bit because there's a lot of like murder mysteries or serial killer stories. Um, so it always also when I'm like out on the road, it always helps me like be more aware of like what's going on.
Yeah.
Um, and just like always watching around me. Um, because not in the sneaker community, there's always not the best people going around like buying shoes. So you just, or also when I have like a lot of shoes like in my car, I always want to make sure no one's around it or trying to break in.
Yeah.
So always wary of that. Um,
I feel that.
but yeah, it's a good podcast. You should check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Gracie and I listen to a lot of like self improvement business podcasts, and then she'll listen to like kind of just random. She'll listen to some education podcasts. She'll listen to um, I think there was one crime podcast she listened to from like, but it was like crime history, like cold
Oh
cases
yeah,
that didn't get solved.
yeah. They kind of have some of those too. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I listened to one of those with her. So maybe we'll have to check out Crime Junkie. Um, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, cool, man. What's one way you like to take care of yourself?
Hmm. I think I think rewarding yourself after like a long like month or a couple months of business, I think it's a pretty valid way of just rewarding yourself with putting all this work in and then just taking a step back, taking a deep breath and be like, okay, I made this much amount of profit this month. I have I've been wanting this or whatever it is, or I need to get my tires for my car. I've
Yeah,
for a while, so I just need to go ahead and do that. Um, and just like finalizing that, or just rewarding yourself for all the hard work you've been doing is really important. Because sometimes you can get lost in just the business life of just coming and going, getting stuff out in and out, um, and just not like paying attention to yourself. So I think that's a really important thing too.
No, man, I think that's facts, especially I even more established at now because that's kind of where you're at. It's easy to get lost in work, but when you're starting up and when you're not even at that financial freedom point, so I know you're not at the number you want to be at with like money in the bank quite yet. You still have 3 to 5 years of like going hard on the business, and there are a lot of entrepreneurs like that where it's like you're not like super rich off your business yet.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I think it's easy when it's like because business is risky. Like if you don't work, you don't get money, you
Oh
know.
yeah.
Whereas
Hmm.
like a job, it's a pretty consistent salary.
You get what you put into it. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's very easy to get caught up like working a 16-hour day or looking up and it's 2 p.m. and you haven't eaten
Yes, dude. Yes.
or like that. So it really is important to kind of pay attention to yourself, take care of yourself because if you can't run, the business is going to fail. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good one.
Well put.
And what is one action step you can take right now or continue to take if you're already doing it to network into those couple of music labels in Austin that could help you get into the industry?
An action step. Um, yeah, I think it's like what we said earlier. Just like finding a group of people that would like to be in a band, and just have a vision, and just taking that step to either just write, record music together, and just stepping right into the industry like that. Um, I think it's like the first step for me to get into it. Um,
I feel that. Where do you find people? Is there an app where you can find aspiring musicians or something like that? If not, I
I
feel
think
like you
there
should make
is.
one.
Yeah, right. I think there's a website at least where or you can find like other band of people looking for bandmates. Because my sister's, I mean my girlfriend's sister's partner, he actually makes music, um, just right out of his house. He's just a solo artist.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so it's
I
really
feel that.
cool.
It's really cool. Really cool. Are you thinking about teaming up with him or does he want to stay solo?
I have like I told him I would drum for him if he ever needs it. Because he's had a couple shows these past like couple weeks. So I think it'd be really cool for us to start playing together. Um getting into performing at either coffee shops or just like different like small venues around either Austin, San Marcos, Houston.
For sure. For sure. Well, cool, man. Now we're going to jump into our last series of questions. And so this used to just be one question, but now I've expanded it and it requires some pretext before I ask each question. So stick with me. A lot of people have come on the podcast and they have said that the catalyst that helps people change from having a fixed mindset, not willing to accept help and not willing to accept change, to having a growth mindset, being willing to accept help and being willing to accept change. The catalyst that helps a person switch is a personal choice that happens after either extreme inspiration or extreme desperation. Do you agree, disagree, have anything to add or subtract to that?
I do agree with that. It does like you do need to like see, or if you see like a big like gap in your either with your business or your inventory, you're like, oh, like these shoes have not been out for a while. Like I haven't sold them for a while. I just need to just get rid of them, get this capital back rather than just holding on to stuff that's just decreasing in value or just staying the same. Because there are some sneakers that'll just stay the same price for like a year or 2 years, so it's not even worth holding on to. But yeah, I think like realizing that realizing change is really big, especially in a business, but also in other careers too. Um, so yeah, do agree with that.
Yeah, cool. I feel that. I feel that. And so, given the same amount of extreme inspiration or extreme desperation, why do you think some people make the choice to change and then others don't?
I think a lot of it just depends on like drive. Like some people have the drive to be like, oh, I need to patch this up, fix this, and keep moving on with what I'm doing. And some if you're feeling that you know like like you just feel like burnt out on whatever you're doing, your drive is just not uh like with it anymore. I think it is like the right time to go ahead and move on to something else that you are really connected to. um so
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. For sure. And now some people need a smaller amount of inspiration or desperation to change, and others need a larger, more consistent amount, which I guess kind of ties back into your last answer about drive. Like some people are like, I'm just gonna need a small amount of something bad happening or something good happening to kind of change what I'm doing, or I'm gonna need a larger, more consistent amount depending on my levels of drive. But what do you think establishes that breaking point or that threshold? And can it be influenced?
The threshold of like
Kind
um
of how much inspiration or desperation you need to motivate you. So some people are like, um, for example, they'll have to see themselves get B's on a report card and they'll
mm,
change their actions and work harder. Some people have to see their whole family die before they change and work harder. So what do you think establishes that threshold and can it be influenced?
I think it's also just like how you've been just like taught growing up. I think that has a lot to do with it. Just like stick to itiveness too. Um, like staying with something even though even if like something may go wrong, but you still really enjoy it. Like I think you should still continue to pursue whatever that is. It just all really depends on like what like you really feel excited about, or what you really feel the need to like support. um I think the threshold, um let's see.
I think that kind of covered it of like how you've been taught growing up really establishes
Yeah.
threshold. Do you think
And
that threshold can be influenced though? So say you grew up a certain way, now you're 25 and you're an alcoholic and you need somebody to die from your drunk driving before you change. Can that threshold be changed or do you have to just have somebody die from your drunk driving before you change?
um I think it can change, but it like it will need like an extreme like something to happen. um like like I think it could be less extreme than that, but I don't know. It just I don't know.
Yeah. Change is just hard. Change
Yeah,
is
it is
hard.
hard. It is hard,
These are
but it
also
is necessary. Yeah.
Yeah, these are also hard questions that have no correct answer that I know of, which is why I'm asking them. If I just knew the objectively correct answer, I wouldn't be asking them.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Awesome. And so, our last question, I need you to have this type of person in your head. They have a really fixed mindset, they're not willing to accept help, and they're not willing to accept change. Keep that person in your head as I ask this question.
Okay.
So, in Atomic Habits, James Clear talks about the four laws of changing your behavior. And these laws are to make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. With that context in mind, and the avatar of the person I just told you to keep in your head, how can we create an environment for this person in your head that makes it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying for them to make the choice that will change their life. So, not trying to make them change, but make it easier for them to change, if that makes sense, based on the environment that we
Mhm.
create around them.
I think just like showing support and just like love,
Yep.
like even if something like bad or just bad happens, of course you want to support them, but even when something good happens, you want to keep supporting them throughout whatever it is with the whether they're trying to accomplish. Um, um,
I guess a follow up question to that is how far do you think that support and love should go? So, like, when we have a family member and it's like, okay, we're showing them support and love, maybe that's all good and well. But, you know, we see a lot of homeless people here in Austin,
mhm.
and it's like we can only go and show them so much support and love. So, how far do you think that support and love should extend with people just in our daily lives?
Or just with like random people or with
Random people, let's go. That's a great question. Let's go random people and people close to us.
okay.
Because I feel like it'll be a different answer for both.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, with people close to us, like it's just like texting or calling someone, checking up on them. Um, just tell them you're really thinking about them throughout the day, throughout the week. I think it's very important. Or just coming by and it's like bringing a meal to them um is really something that people will appreciate. Um and I mean same with homeless people too, or just random people too, I think. But also or just just showing kindness,
Yeah, just be
even in the grocery store too. And
salad.
not like
Salad.
yeah, yeah, not like being in a rush, just taking your time. I don't know, just not just like staying to yourself, or just like smiling at other people. A lot of people just like look down,
Yep.
have blank face. I
Yep.
think I think even smiles help a lot. Or just like popping a joke with someone, um, you know, you see on the street or like riding if you're riding a bike and you see someone too.
I feel that. I feel that. Well, awesome. Joel, is there anything else that you want to chat about before we sign off?
I think that's all. I think that's it
Cool, man. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
for sure. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And if you guys are listening to this and you loved what Joel had to say, maybe you want to buy some sneakers from him or connect him with somebody in the live music space, go ahead and hit him up. The ways to contact him will be in the show notes. As we always ask, go ahead and shoot this podcast to 1 to 3 people you know need to hear this message. Maybe they need some fresh kicks. And give us a 5-star review on iTunes. On that note, we're out.